What if the most common piece of financial advice, don't put all your eggs in one basket, is actually an offensive strategy, not a defensive one? We are taught diversification is a safe, even boring strategy. But that view is exactly why so many people miss its true power. I'm going to show you how diversification is the ultimate offensive strategy, giving you the freedom to take bigger and smarter risks to truly win. Hi everyone, I'm George Economou, a PhD economist. When most of us hear diversification, we think about defense. We think about protecting our money from a big market crash, and that's not wrong. The basic idea is perfectly sound. By spreading your money across different investments, you're not relying too heavily on any single one. You're not just buying a handful of tech stocks, you're buying across different industries, different sized companies, and even different countries. You might add these things like bonds, which tend to be stable when stocks get shaky, or even real estate. The goal here is to smooth out the ride. It's about reducing what's called unsystematic risk, the danger of one specific company or sector going under, so that one bad apple doesn't ruin everything. This gives you a sense of safety that is the foundation of any responsible long-term plan. It helps you sleep at night, knowing that a single bad event is unlikely to wipe you out. But this defensive mindset is only half the picture. It's the financial version of playing not to lose. And while not losing is important, it isn't the same as playing to win. The real power of diversification isn't just in protecting what you already have. It's about building a foundation so solid that you can finally go on the offense. It can turn your entire financial life from a shield into a launch pad. So, how does this become an offensive tool in your portfolio? Through a strategy called Core and Explore. The core is the vast majority of your money, your fortress. It's built on classic defensive principles, broadly diversified, low-cost index funds and ETFs. This core is your safety net, designed for steady, long-term growth. But having this unshakable core is what unlocks the explore part of your portfolio. This is a small strategic portion of your money where you are now free to take calculated, high-reward bets, investing in an individual stock you believe in or an emerging industry. With a strong core, the psychology completely flips. You have taken the risk of ruin off the table. You are no longer making decisions out of desperation. If one of your explore bets fails, it's a small loss. But if one takes off, it can seriously boost your wealth. This isn't gambling, it's strategic risk-taking, funded by the security of your diversified core. Now, this is where the idea gets really powerful, because this principle of secure base enabling smart risks goes far beyond your investment account. For most of us, our single greatest asset isn't a stock or a bond, it's our ability to earn an income. A diversified financial life is the key to unlock your full career potential. Financial security gives you freedom. When you aren't living paycheck to paycheck, worried about a surprise 1,000 bill, you're free to make bolder career moves. Think about how many people stay in jobs they don't love, with no room to grow, just because they need that steady paycheck. They feel trapped because they don't have a financial cushion. But when you have 6 months of living expenses saved up, a diversified portfolio working for you in the background, and maybe even a small side income, your options just explode. All of a sudden, you can leave that safe but unfulfilling job to start your own business. You have the cushion to support you through the tough early days, turning a dream into a real plan. Second, take a strategic pay cut to join an exciting startup that pays less now but offers huge growth potential or viable equity. Negotiate from a position of strength. Maybe the third one, you push for a comp package with a lower salary but a much higher uncapped commission because you can afford to bet on yourself. Go back to school or take time off to learn a new skill. You can invest in yourself to move into a more fulfilling field without the constant pressure of bills. And so many more opportunities. A diversified financial foundation is the ultimate career leverage. It changes you from someone who is dependent on a single employer into the active architect of your own career. It gives you the power to say no to the wrong opportunities and the courage to say yes to the big life-changing ones. The same idea is just as critical for entrepreneurs. A lot of business owners make the mistake of pouring every dollar they have back into their own business. Their home, their savings, their retirement, it's all tied up in a single venture. That's a huge concentration risk. Of course, you have to reinvest in your business to grow, but having no financial diversification outside of it can actually make you a less effective leader. It makes you fearful. When your entire net worth is on the line every day, you start making decisions from a place of anxiety instead of strategy. You become focused on just surviving the next quarter instead of building a vision for the next decade. You might hesitate to make a big, necessary investment or innovate because the short-term risk feels too scary. On the other hand, the entrepreneur who has steadily built personal wealth outside of their main business is liberated. When you have a diversified portfolio, maybe a rental property and a healthy cash reserve, you create a buffer, both financially and psychologically. That stability allows you to lead your business with more confidence. You can make the bold, long-term decisions that are best for the company because you know that even if the business hits a rough patch, your entire world won't collapse with it. Diversifying your personal assets lets you be a more resilient, less emotional, and better leader for your business. It allows you to see your business as a powerful engine for growth, not a fragile lifeline for survival. For too long, we have been taught to look at diversification through a narrow, fearful lens, like it's just a helmet you wear in case the sky falls. But that belief holds you back. It keeps you on the sidelines. The truth is, real financial power comes from building a foundation so strong that you're no longer afraid of taking a fall. That is the offensive power of diversification. It's the stability that fuels boldness. It's the safety net that gives you the courage to walk the high wire. So let's stop thinking of diversification as just a helmet. It's time to start seeing it as a launchpad. It's the solid ground that lets you jump higher in your career, your business, and your investments. It's not just about how you avoid losing the game. It's about how you set yourself up to win with it. Now, I would love to hear from you thinking about this framework. What's the biggest risk you would be willing to take in your career, in your business, or your investments? If you knew your financial base was completely secure, let me know in the comments below. And of course, if this video changed how you think about your money, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe for more content that challenges financial conventions. Thank you for watching. See you all next time. Bye bye.